Hello everyone, it's Red with RedDragonLeo.com. I wanted to do a video update. I haven't done one in a while, so I guess it's about time to do one. I'm looking at the silver chart right here, which seems to be fueling this rally. I would assume that as long as we don't have a panic mode, meaning a crash, that basically when silver, or I should say when the dollar starts to go up, and the market starts to go down, then I would fully expect silver to come off of its highs, especially since it's hitting this resistance. This right here technically is a necktie of resistance. That we got a trend line, a horizontal trend line here, and we've got a downward sloping trend line here from this high, and now we're banging right onto it. And you can see by looking at the chart, it's up here pretty high. It should pull back for a little while, and I think we probably hit our high right now, really do. Let's check out where this trend line goes by looking at the 5-year chart. And okay, there it is. This is pretty significant, folks, right here. Silver hit this. This is the pause, I guess that's like a shoulder, before it sold off right there, and that horizontal trend line right now is exactly where silver is hitting. You can see this on a weekly. That is a necktie of resistance right there. Silver should pull back before it rallies on through it. Now, ultimately, of course, I do think that it's going to, push on through it, but I don't see it happening this week. I think it should pull back. It is still pointing up, as you can see down here at the bottom, so it is still bullish, but I would think that it would pull back and allow this market to sell off some. So we should see, the UUP. Let's look at the UUP versus the dollar. Let's see if we got any trend lines already drawn in for that. We'll see, to give us some clues on where the dollar is. Well, look at there. The dollar looks, or at least the UUP looks destined to go up to here. That's a pretty high move, and I think that's where it's eventually going to head. Now it's pointing down right now, and this is the weekly chart. So I personally think it's about done on the downside. I think they're about ready to start selling this market off some and allow this to go up. The key here with the dollar, you can see where they closed that this trend line, which was basically where this top was right here, and approximately where that bottom was. So in that zone, they closed the dollar just right on it, pretty much. I mean, the trend line's not perfect right there. So, but they closed the dollar right on it. So they kind of went up and down, hit it, then back up, down, hit it. I think they're about ready to go up now. I think this is kind of a big bull flag, where you go up and you then sideways consolidation, basically. And I think the dollar's getting ready to go up and the market's getting ready to go down. Now, I'm not expecting anything huge here right now. I'm really not. I'm just thinking that today we'll put in the top and we'll see the market start to roll over. Looking at this on the daily chart, we'll see where we're at on the daily chart. Daily chart looks pretty oversold, folks. Let's look at this. Zoom in on this and zoom in on this again, and look at this. Look how far down the daily chart is. I mean, and it is getting some positive bars, or I should say lower, higher lows on the histogram bars. It's down at -1 right here on this one, and it's been flatlined. So it's acting like it wants to curl back up. And considering that the market is at a significant high here, I tend to think that we're going to start heading down here soon on the market. Looking at this on a shorter term time frame, and obviously it looks like it has went down really massively oversold, come back up, and kind of trading a little bit sideways. This here is obviously way below zero still here on the MACDs, so it might dip down, but I fully expect these to run up higher and over the next few days, and the dollar to catch a bid, maybe get up here this 2250 on the UUP. Of course, if you compared that to the dollar, let me see here, let's try that again. I don't know where it's at, down here. Okay, dun dun dun. SPY, 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 CUP, VIX, dollar chart. Okay, essentially the same thing there on the dollar chart. As you can see, it looks to me again like we're pretty oversold on this other chart down here below, well below zero, and we're at a curl back up. You see the MACDs right here look like they're wanting to curl back up. I just think that we're about done on the downside. I really do, for the dollar, and I think we should be ready to move up on the market as well. So let's look at the ES, and as you can see, this trend line right here has been around for quite a while. We've got up above it, come back below it, just chopping around it. Right now it's trying to get back up above it. You can see how on the ES right here on the 2-hour chart, it's putting in these lower bars, and it looks like it wants to go a little bit higher. But I don't think it's going to. It wants to, but it's pierced it once, and I really think that if it does go up above it, I think it's going to do it today, maybe towards later in the next hour or two. I'm hoping it does it today because today is a ritual day, and oops, typed it in the wrong one. Sorry. Sometimes I forget what I'm saying. Say the wrong thing. I'm bearish. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so I may have said it wrong there. Anyway, so yes, it did go up, and it is, you put a long topping tail there once we hit our fake print, and we did roll over, so all is well. We went down, and we're back up. I just think that this thing is about ready to roll over, and it's going to be done soon. You look at it on the daily chart, and you can clearly see on the daily chart that everything you can see right here. If I was looking at this and unobjectively and not knowing that we have a fake print on the downside and that today is a ritual day, if I did not know any of those things and I just looked at this, I could actually go for the bull case simply by saying that, hey, we went up here to the top, we pierced it, put in a topping tail, turned, went back down and reset, and it looks like we're about ready to go back up again and go up higher. So from a bull case, you can make a bull case out of this. You really can. You can sit there and say that, okay, it looks like it's ready to go and make a run and make a new high and all that. The only thing you'd say here is, hey, we are overbought up here at plus 10, and down here we're putting in some negative histogram bars, but maybe it looks like it's rolling back up. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think this is going to continue rolling down, and these will end up getting deeper. I really do. I think that they're going to end up deeper before this is all said and done. If I looked at the SPX and took a look at it, I think we're going to find something similar here. And there it is. Okay, here was the price level from May. We pierced it, went on up, as you all know, and we did hit high of 1426, well above the fake print. So fake print was accurate. Again, it was a pretty good turning point. I mean, it didn't turn exactly at 1419, but it did turn on that day and sold off for several days. I was suspicious that it wouldn't last, and that's exactly what happened because it was such low volume. And I think the period that we're in is right in this area right here. I really do. I really feel like this is where we're at. This move that we had up here, when was that? April 26th. And then we sold off. And then we turned and we're running back up. And they run back up, and then they sold off. And I think that's exactly where we're at here. I think this was the April 26th. And the running back up part is the May the 2nd, April 2nd high, 1422. So whether or not they actually go up there and pierce that or not, I don't know. I just think that ultimately, today being a ritual day, I think the likelihood is that we'll roll over today and start to head down. And then we should see something kind of similar to this. I know it doesn't exactly go, it never goes exactly as it did before in the past, but if we see something similar to this, look at the timeline on this. April all the way to May, an entire month before it really started moving down hard. Now, if you look at that and put us where we are with the election and the legatus meeting, here we are, end of August, almost in September. Well, won't they run down for a while and get a little ways into September, and then chop it back up into late October? And they could very well do this. They just go down a little bit, back up a little bit. This will be making your wave 1, your 2, and then your big 3, and there's your 4 and 5. So that would indicate that you'd have a nice big wave 3 down right after legatus if this plays out like I expect it to play out. So that would mean that today, if the ritual day works, today should be the high, and we should start rolling over and headed down to about this. I would say this 1370 would be the likely spot, which would not panic very many people at all. You could do that, and then you could turn and chop back up maybe a little bit sideways into legatus. Now, they might go a little bit deeper, and they might actually go to this 1350 area, as you can see, or even deeper down to this 1340 area before they start running back up for the wave 2 into legatus. But so far, everything is looking to me like they're going to have a big nasty wave 3 down after legatus. Now, there's still a possibility. Now, you don't get me wrong. There's still a possibility that that they'll just devalue the dollar, which would obviously cause gold to soar. And theoretically, if the dollar goes down, the market should go up, theoretically. But again, this is a tough call, because there will be a point where the dollar crashes and the market crashes together because of fear. And, you know, fear will say, I don't want to be in stocks. I don't care that the dollar's tanking. I don't want to be in the dollar, either one. They don't want to be in either one. So they'll run to gold, and that's where gold is going to go up. So that's exactly the case we could have. So we could have the dollar devaluation, or at least, you know, maybe QE3, okay? But it would make more sense to devalue the dollar, do QE3 later next year to pump more money into it to get the market up. So if you just devalue the dollar, just that panic, just thinking like these guys, those panic, would probably think people were going to dump the dollar, dump the stock, and run to gold. That's what make the most logical sense to me. That's how you could, if you're a gangster, that's how you can get gold up to $3,000 an ounce. You can go ahead and sell the stock market off and drop it down to that 1058 print if you want. I mean, my goodness, that's a huge, huge drop. Or not 1068, I'm sorry, the fake print. 1068, that's way down here. So let's look at that on a yearly or a 5-year chart and see if we can find anything on that real quick. Okay, this line right here, where's this come from? All the way from 7/1/1996. So by the time October comes in, or the time, let's say late, I'd say late November, December, you know, probably like it'd be a bad October, a bad November, early part, and then they'd try to rally it back up. But if you had a big move down like that, this line right here could easily work its way up to 1068 before it gets hit. And this one here is 7/1/1996 as well. I think what I did there was drew one on the weekly and one on the monthly is what I may have done. Let's go back here to 96, and we'll see. See, they think these things out way in advance. Look at this. Look at this fake print. You know, when we go back here and look at this, this says 337 approximately. And you know I've got that fake print of 3465 on the SPY. 3465 is 346.50 on the SPX. And that, my friends, is from 1987 high approximately, or maybe that one there, you know. So you get the idea of why they're putting that fake print out there. That's a huge, huge crash. But anyway, going back to 96 here, if we zoom in on this right here, you can see that's where I did it from an intra-month low to the actual closing low. That's what I did. So the intra-month low would put us at 1068. So anyway, guys, I'm not getting too excited about the market at all right now, because I think we're about ready to put our high in. I think we're going to go down for a while, but 1370 seems about likely. Then some chop all the way into legatus. So good luck, everyone.